That's a good point.
Most hiring managers have zero visibility into what a recruiter does, right? They don't understand the role, just like we wouldn't understand the nuances of what a QA manager does on their day-to-day. So what we can do is help them understand it. So when we do our sourcing and we put together a giant list of 100 profiles that could be interesting, we can share that with them and get some feedback. When we send out our messages and only hear back from 15 of the 100, we can share that, hey, these 85 aren't interested because nobody knows who your company is or what you do or whatever. This is what we're up against. And then you share those 4 candidates that you did speak with that are great, and it's going to make those people stand out. But if you just don't show them anything, they're never going to understand, one, how hard it is to figure out to get those 3 people screened and through your funnel. Or when they see those 3, they're going to say, I want to see more, because they haven't seen all that went into getting those 3 people screened and submitted.
Here's a question related. First of all, there's a point that I want to make. This is very similar to people who used to advise, look, you got to tell the hiring manager or your client what your process is. And I never understood that. But this idea of giving them expectations from them and commitments from yourself, that seems way more relevant. And that sort of the process is sort of explained in there. Like, I'm going to be doing this for the first week. I should come up with someone. Even if not, I'm going to check back with you. And this relationship process is what's described in detail. I see it as more relevant. But coming back to what you just said, Nick, you tell them after a week that, I can't remember exactly what it was, but that, this is why I don't have any candidates or whatever. It's a tough market. What if you come up with, it's a tough market and you come up with one good candidate? The person says, I want to see more so I can compare. Yeah, but this person does fit the profile. Would you say, look, you have to hire this guy? I'm not sure I can find anybody.
There's nothing more sobering than sharing with the hiring manager the 12 people that responded and saying, I'm not interested, right? Hiring managers think their job at their company on their team is the best opportunity in the entire world, and have no context that those candidates are talking to other hiring managers with that job, with that opportunity. And so when you present to a hiring manager, hey, I reached out to these 20 people, 12 of them said, not interested. Those 12 that you liked. But these 4 are interested and available within 2 weeks.
Would you give the hiring manager the names and companies and resumes of those of those people, so the 12 who weren't interested, so he can identify them later on and approach them without you?
You could choose to share the names and emails and resume and LinkedIn profiles if you want, whatever your spreadsheet has, or however you share that information. I don't think it's a bad thing. I
do. Yeah.
Sharing the contact information, maybe not. I think it's all about transparency, though. I mean, at the end of the day, the same recruiters who are worried about candidates, going around your back and applying directly, it happens, sure. But those same candidates are going to be the same candidates that accept the job, change their mind, and then you're screwed further down the funnel.
Okay, I'm going to mention another former sponsor, backdoorhires.com.
Yeah.
He says, okay, Michael G. Cox, go ahead.
The closest I've come to that is I'll submit a candidate that I know isn't interested, and I'll tell them, hey, Nick, this individual is submitting them just to demonstrate the caliber of individuals that I've been speaking to about your opportunity. And this guy, he's not interested. And this is exactly why. For example, in Austin, Texas, an entry-level SDR, entry-level, maybe a couple months of experience.
You have to tell us what an SDR is. Not everybody
sales development rep or business development rep.
It's
typically the low man on the totem pole. And
sexist. Sorry. I just want everyone to know we're inclusive here, okay? And I'm not going to let Michael G. Cox. I'm not going to let Michael G. Cox get away with it and smear me.
The lowest person on the rungs within the organization.
It could be an animal on that totem pole too. Let's include animals as well on totem.
That's right.
Furries. Yeah, some
I don't
people
want to
identify
insult
as
anyone.
We should rename this show the Woke Animal Show.
Yeah.
So back to it. Sorry. That sales development or business development rep in Austin, Texas is now expecting, not just demanding, but expecting base salaries in the range of 65 minimum, preferably 75,000, where they're not even wanting to have any conversations. So many organizations, one client in particular, they're wondering why I can't find anybody for them. And I told them, hey, your base salary is under $50,000. And in that region, ain't gonna happen.
Okay, but Nick, you know, he doesn't just show one person. I'll get to you, Mario. He doesn't show just one person. He buries them in a dozen. That's what
Well,
I'm saying.
as many as you can, but I'm just saying, well, there was a comment on the Recruiter Network Facebook group today talking about, hey, this hiring manager, it keeps asking to see more candidates, keeps asking to see more candidates, right? It's probably because they don't know that you reached out to so many people who weren't interested or didn't respond. You're only showing the folks who opted in. Therefore, they think there could be an infinite supply of those because their job is so awesome.
And so one of your solutions, I'll just come back to it
Tobias.
again, is to make sure you touch base as you go, letting the hiring manager know, I've spoken to this many people, and just like Michael G. Cox said, this is the problem why it's not working, right?
Yeah, they don't know what went into the funnel that, you know, of the three that spit out.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they didn't know how wide that funnel was and how
No.
far you reached and, you know, to get those.